Assalamualaikum. My dear students, I am Mohammad Abdullah Murad Chaudhary, Senior Lecturer, Department of Agriculture Studies, Milestone College, Uttar Dhaka. Let's start today's video lecture.
Chapter 3, Section 2. Today is the third part of this section, which is dairy farm. And this is the last lecture of this section. After watching this video, you are able to understand that the production of hygienic milk, that is how you produce hygienic milk, then the process of milk preservation. So let's discuss about these two topics. First of all, you have to understand what is hygienic milk and how you produce the hygienic milk. Basically, the milk will produce from the cow, but after that we have to make it hygienic, and lots of bacteria or bacteria causing spoilage and disease maybe will uh, deteriorated the milk, but you have to make it hygienic. So it is very important to remember that quality control must begin at the farm. So you have to ensure the farm of cleaning or hygienic. If you do not ensure the hygienic farm, then your milk will definitely contaminated with some of bacteria or causes of different types of bacteria, spoilage and diseases. So you have to always carry out milking in accordance with good hygiene practice, and that is why you have to follow some steps, which is maintain clean and healthy cows. That means I told you before, the milk produced by cow, but if you do not clean and healthy the cow, that means the milk will be uh, destroyed as well. So sick milk and transmit disease to humans through contaminated milk. That means if your cow is sick, that times the milk will be contaminated with that virus or bacteria, and then it will go to human body as well. Then keep a clean milking environment, like free from dust, mud, garbage, ash, cow dung. Provide breeding ground of rats, flies, and cockroach. That means transmit dirt and bacteria to the milk. That means this type of environment is not allowed to keep the farming environment. So you have to remove immediately to produce the hygienic meal. Then if the male, if you're suffering from if the cow is suffering from communicable disease like diarrhea, typhoid, but seek medical treatment and resume milking only when you have fully recovered. That means when any cow is suffer in a farm suffering from diarrhea or typhoid, any type of contaminated disease, you have to immediately contact with the vet doctor and give the medicine or treatment to the cow, or remove that cow, or separate that cow from the healthy cow. Next one is do not mix colostrum. That means the milk produced for the first 7 days after calving with normal milk. That means after first birth of the cow, mm, the first 7 days you will not take that milk with the normal milk. So that milk will definitely give you to the newborn cow. After doing any type of work in the farm, you have to wash your hands with soap and clean water before milking. That means before milk, that means the milk pan have to be cleaned properly. Wash their hands with soap and clean water. That means pure water. Even the cow's udder and will be cleaned with lukewarm water and clean cloth or clean cloth and water, and dry the udder with a clean dry cloth. That means after clean the udder, you have to dry the udder as well. Here is some other some more points which is you have to follow for producing hygienic meal, like make the first draw into a stripe cup to check for mastitis and throw away from the milking area even if the milk appears clean. Then use clean containers for milking. Cows with mastitis should be milked last and their milk discarded. Milk from cows under antibiotic treatment should not be sold for consume until 3 days after last treatment or as advised by the veterinary doctor. That means if any cow in the farm infected by mastitis disease, that time you have to be contact the veterinary doctor, as well as do not take that milk from the cow's udder because this is contaminated. So if that milk is drink by human being, that will be very harmful for the human body as well. So that is why take that milk, get rid of that, thrown away, and immediately contact with the veterinary doctor. He will or she will give you the advice what to do. After every milking, dip that is into an antiseptic dip. That means after milking, you have to clean the teeth or earth and butt with the antiseptic dip like Savlon or Dettol, like this. In this way, the teeth or butt will be antiseptic, free from germs. During milking, the milkman should be clean as well. Like if the milkman is not clean, the milk will be not clean as well. That is why the milkman should be nail should be cut. Do not sneeze or spit, or do not smoke as well. So release the cow from the milking as soon as milking is finished. That means when you milking is finished, that cow should be released from a milking area. Go to the other place. After milking, shift the milk through a strainer or muslin cloth to remove solid particles that may have fallen in during milking. That means before you milk, after milking, you have to do that. Cover the milk to avoid contaminated. After that, you have to cover the milk. If you take a bulk bucket, you have to cover the bucket as well. Move the milk to a clean and cool area. So this is the production of hygienic milk. Now the most important thing is method of milk preservation. You follow everything like you monitor delivery cow, newborn cow, then you follow the production of hygienic milk, hygienic process in the market. But if you do not follow the milk preservation, if you do not follow the process of milk preservation, then the milk will deteriorate within couple of hours, or you will not uh, use that milk anymore. So that is why this is very very important. You should follow the proper method of milk preservation. Otherwise, uh, well, some type of bacteria present in the milk, which produce the lactic acid, which make the milk sour taste, like streptococcus named one bacteria which present this microorganism present in the milk and make micro lactic acid and produce lactic acid in the milk, and the sour the milk will be make sour taste. So that is why you have to follow the milk preservation method. So what is the milk preservation? Milk preservation is a process of keeping milk safe as drinking food for a definite period of time, free from spoilage. That means you have to keep the milk free from spoilage and preserve it for long time. So you should follow the proper method, and remember that one microorganism which produce streptococcus, which produce lactic acid in the milk, and that will make sour taste. So it will not keep the milk fresh. So you have to follow the milking process. So what will be the milking process or system or method? Now I'll explain some method of milk preservation. There will be two types of milk preservation. One is so old method. The other one is old method for milk preservation. Other one is modern method of milk preservation. Old method is called two types, or we can preserve the milk in old method, which is two ways. One is by boiling, the other one is by adding water. What will be happening boiling water? If we boil the water about 20 minutes, then it will keep fresh about 4 hours. That means 4 hours. Again, after 4 hours, if you boil 20 minutes, then it will keep 4 hours. It will not rotted or destroyed. All kind of disease-causing organisms are destroyed, although their nutritional value may be decreased. Remember that nutritional value and the quantity will be decreased, but still you can use the milk for 4 hours. Some vitamins and amino acids are destroyed by high temperature. Remember that one as well. This is the process of by boiling. By adding water, milk can be preserved in this way about 2 to 3 hours. That means if we add some water, that means in 1 liter milk, if we add 1 teaspoon or 1 cup of water, fresh and pure water, then it can be preserved about 2 to 3 hours. But after that, you have to follow the other preservation method as well. This is the old method, and this method using in our country from the ancient period. But still, in the urban areas, some farmer use this method as well. Even in the household farming system where they are not commercially, that time they use this type of method as well, which is boiling and adding water. This type of traditional or old method. Next one is modern method of milk preservation. There will be four types, which is milk can be preserved by keeping milk in refrigerator for only 4 degrees Celsius temperature, and the other one is preserved in deep freezer, make the milk ice inside a bottle or inside a can. That time you can keep it in the deep freezer, and this time microorganisms are not multiply here, but they break the chemical bond of milk, so milk quality is a little bit slight decrease as well. Next one is milk can be preserved by making powder. In European country, for commercially they use this type of method. Even in our country as well, like red cow, Dano, Mars, this type of powder milk we find in the market. This is called the milk preservation by making powder. And the last and most important topics is pasteurization. In this method, we can preserve milk. So let's explain this method as well. Pasteurization. Pasteurization is the process where a standard food for cow as well as human being, and at the same time it is similar standard for microorganism. And even in this process as well, and the microorganism deteriorate and keep for long time in normal temperature, and mainly for and this process is only for deteriorate the causes mainly for microorganism. And in this process, microorganisms cannot grow and multiply in high and low temperature. Using the temperature, germs causing microorganisms could be controlled, and the process is called pasteurization. And in this process is we can preserve milk in long time. That means undesirable organisms should be destroyed and enzyme presented in milk should be neutralized. And in this method, uh, a German chemist whose name is Louis Pasteur first realized that deterioration process had been caused by one kind of microorganism. He invented this method. That is why this method name is pasteurization, according to his name, who is Louis Pasteur. But Dr. Soxlade, a German scientist, first apply and practice this process in a process of milk preservation. And now have a look. two preservation machine in the European market or some other modern country use this one. This is one kind of preservation method, and the other one is this one as well, kind of pasteurized machine. But in the European country or modern country, they can use other different kind of machine as well. You can have a look on the internet as well. What will be the advantage of pasteurization? The advantage of pasteurization is basically they kill the all type of microorganism. That means microorganisms are destroyed and increase in shortest life of milk because it decreases lactic acid producing microorganism. That's why it can be preserved in long time. And enzymes in milk are deteriorated by pasteurization. That is why milk can be safely stored for long time. Even most of the pathogen like harmful bacteria are destroyed by pasteurization, and pasteurization does not alter nutritional value and taste of milk as well. Even in our country, we find milk vita, after milk. These all are liquid A type, and pasteurized milk we found in our local market as well. Then what will be the disadvantage of pasteurization? There is some disadvantage as well for pasteurization, which is fat globules if milk may be emulsified by heavy straining if pasteurization is not performed properly. That means you have to use the proper machine for processing. Otherwise, this type of problem will occur. Again, heat sensitive vitamins may be deteriorated. We know there are lots of vitamin present in the milk, but if some vitamin is milk heat sensitive, that will be deteriorated, and the taste of milk might be decreased in high temperature. But it depends on the machine as well. And what is the types of pasteurization? There will be three types of pasteurization we do. One is pasteurization with low temperature and long holding time. The temperature is 62.80 degrees Celsius and the time is 30 minutes. This is called holding method. Next one is high temperature and short holding time, which is 72.20 degrees Celsius temperature and time is 15 seconds. Pasteurization is with high pressure, which is 137.80 degrees Celsius temperature for 2 seconds. And in this process, you can find some new word, which is milking and pasteurization. So this is the process of pasteurization. Now, what type of MCQ and CQ you can get from this chapter? For instance, who invented pasteurized process? Uh, German scientist Louis Pasteur, French Pasteur, will invented this process. Then in CQ question as well, you can find for 2 marks as well. Explain the advantage of pasteurization, or you can get explain the types of pasteurization process, or explain.
Thank you very much for watching today's video lecture. If you got any problem, let me know or contact your subject teacher. They must help you. Thank you very much.